let's talk about the rules. There are no rules. The only thing that matters is how much I like the monster, how much I like the fight, and just my overall opinion of the monster. This is going to be a very personal tier list. So there's nothing particularly objective about it. It's not like, oh, this monster is better than this other monster because it is more powerful or it has this thing that is better than the other one. It's like, it's all going to be very subjective. It's going to be just my opinion on the different monsters. And I wanted to start with like the weaker stuff and then move on to the stronger things. So we got Aknasom in there. We got Puke's kind of like a weak boy as well. Obviously we got these guys. We got Egg Boy. We got him. We got him. These are even monsters that you barely even face off against in the game. Kind of wish that they would tweak their values and bring them back more and more. That's just kind of the way that I feel. Let's move Narwa a little bit further back here. This guy can come a little bit further up. You can come over here. This is just for me to kind of like set kind of like my overall feel when I'm going to be talking about each of them. I mean, obviously the apexes are going to be left for last, but I wanted to start with some of the weaker ones. So if we wanted to start with the... Oh, what are you doing here? You can get over here. So if we wanted to start with the weakest one, I think we should actually start with Chameleos. But yeah, let's not go there. People might get mad if I start spouting things like Chameleos is weak. Weak! The weakest of the Elder Dragons by a long shot. Poor Chameleos. Okay, let's start with the Great Izuchi. Where am I put the Great Izuchi? I think he's all right. I don't think the Great Izuchi's too bad. I like the design behind his minions, like attacking alongside him. But the really cool thing about Great Izuchi is that you look at a Great Izuchi and you're like, friggin' weak. But when you Wyvern ride a Great Izuchi, he will just destroy anything. Okay? Like, you give me a Great Izuchi, and I will smash the crap out of, like, Apex Mizutsune. And Apex Mizutsune won't even know what happened to him. Like, I'll beat the crap of an Apex Mizutsune without it even hitting me if I'm playing a Great Izuchi. So, Great Izuchi gets a B in my book. That's kind of like where I'd put him. I think he's a really cool monster, and I like the design of the small little minions, but for Wyvern riding, he's an outright beast. Now, Kulu-Yaku, I really like this introduction in World. I think in World he's a ton of fun. But in here, for some reason, I don't think he's nearly as cool. I don't know what the deal is, but I don't get that cool vibes from Kulu-Yaku anymore. I think one of the reasons why he goes down quite a bit is due to the fact that of how easy the game is. Just makes his hunt a complete cakewalk. Whether it's in village tier, whether it's in high rank, whenever you're fighting a Kulu-Yaku, he just drops dead so fast. He drops dead, like, he drops dead faster than some minions. Like, I think it takes me longer to kill a Renoplos than it takes me to kill Kulu-Yaku. Which is a shame, because it's a really fun monster, but I just feel like they didn't do him justice. I feel like in World he was S tier, and here he definitely goes down quite a few notches. Quite a few notches. The Great Baggy. I fought him so little that I can barely remember. I think the Great Baggy is actually even worse than Kulu-Yaku. The thing is, he's got sleep, which gives him a little bit of an edge, kind of makes the fights a little bit more interesting. Every now and then, you'll actually get a sleep on you, and you're like, oh no, he got me. And then he won't punish you at all because he deals like next to no damage. So I guess he'll go to C tier as well. Last time I fought him I was testing like hit zone values. I used him as a punching bag. He's so easy. I used him as a punching bag. Like and I'm not a speedrunner. I killed him in like less than a minute. Like when I was testing out different sword and shield configurations, I'd get him down under a minute. It's insane. He's just such a poor guy. He's such a poor guy. You just destroy him. You just destroy him. Poor dude. Okay. Now let's see about Roggies. Okay, so listen, Roggy gets an F. Okay, screw Roggy and everybody who looks like him. Particularly the smaller ones. You know? Screw him. Nah, I'm joking. Not an F, but... I don't know, I feel like his fight is not really that interesting either. Maybe even less memorable than the other ones, but he's also extremely weak. I don't know. I kind of feel like if I downgrade him to D, I have to bring all of these down to D as well. Which I might just do. Yeah, I think you all get the D. You all get the D. Straight up. You guys, y'all look alike to me. All of you like small bird wyverns. I'm sorry. I don't think they did them justice in this game. Not to mention that even though I like his hat is legit, I don't like the fact that he's got like a bandit mask covering your face. So, yeah, I think I'll move them all down. For sure. Let's see. Who am I going to pick on next? While we're on the topic, I figure I put Somnicanth on C. Because why not? I feel like Somnicanth is too easy. Then again, this is going to be a complaint that I probably have with a lot of these monsters, is that they're just too easy. Somnicanth in particularly, it's got so many interesting mechanics that I feel were underutilized due to how easy it is to destroy this monster. You know? I feel like she is just way too easy. And I wish it was more challenging. But you know, it is what it is. It is a new monster, and it is pretty cool. I love the design, which is why it gets so high, is because of its design. And the fight in and of itself would be interesting if it wasn't as easy as it is. It almost never uses the blast. It almost never uses anything. When I'm fighting it, it doesn't use anything. I guess there's also the problem that my Gunland set, due to the fact that it's got Part Breaker, it just disables monsters too fast. They just get staggered into oblivion. So, I don't know. I rarely even see her crack shells. Like, the last time I fought Somnicanth, she cracked, like, the flash shell twice. That was about all she did. She cracked that shell twice, and that's that. So, yeah. Now, I feel like Puke, they actually scaled him up. Like, Puke feels a little bit more powerful than he did in World. Whereas in World, you could just beat the crap out of a Puke. And here, if a Puke catches you off guard, particularly when you're still going up the ranks, he'll actually punish you a bit, not too much. He'll punish you a little bit. So I'm going to put Puke on B for now. Might downgrade it later. Not sure. Now, Lagombi gets a C. I've never been a huge fan of Lagombi. And I don't think that his fight is tremendously interesting. Like, there are some monsters that received a bit of not an overhaul, but they received an improved moveset. I don't feel like Lagombi was one of them. He just like kind of does the same old thing, jumps up in the air, all of that. But yeah, I don't think he's particularly interesting. Let's see. I'm still looking for like weaker monsters. So we still have these ones to get through. Let's start with Royal Ludroth. I think Royal Ludroth gets a B because I actually found him a little bit challenging in some occasions that you're fighting against him. He can actually like surprise you a little bit. At the end of the day, he still does fall in the category that is easy, but I feel like he's one of those that they improved him a little bit. I feel like they improved him a little bit, so we're gonna keep him on B for now. Might be changed later. We'll see. I think I'm going to be very demanding to get monsters into A and S. I think I'm going to be very, very, very demanding when I do that stuff. So we'll see. Just realized, why is there no E tier? because F is the maximum failure tier. F is the ultimate failure. So you know. Rajang should go to D? Why you guys hate my boy Rajang? He's so much fun. We'll talk about Rajang. Okay, so we got to get rid of some of these first. Let's see. Let's grab Aknosom. Aknosom... Aknosom gets a B. There's not that much to say, really. You know, B is almost like the average tier, and everything kind of below B, I consider that as a monster that was a little bit subpar. That's kind of the way that I'm looking at this list. And I think that Aknosom overall is a pretty average monster. I think he's cool. I think his design is what does a lot for him. The way that he does like all the crane kicks and all of that, his moves, and the fact that he looks like an umbrella. There's a lot of really cool things about Aknosom. But ultimately, his weapons are also somewhat disappointing. At least for me. I didn't really like the Aknosom weapons very much. So yeah, I think B is an appropriate spot for Aknosom. Now things start getting interesting. Now things start definitely getting interesting. Let's bring back an old boy from Monster Hunter World. Let's bring one of the monsters that was introduced to Monster Hunter World, and boom. And I'll put him in A. Finally! Finally, Toby gets his due, man. Am I right? Dude, Toby gets his due. The revamp that they did to Toby felt so amazing. He actually carded me the first time I fought him. Like, I loved it. He's way more aggressive. He deals way more damage. He received significant improvements in Monster Hunter Rise. Significant improvements in Monster Hunter Rise. So I'm very happy with what they did to Toby. Very, very, very happy with what they did to Toby. And while we're on the subject of monsters that received massive improvements, in terms of their moveset, I think Juratotus goes to A as well. Anybody disagree with that? Juratotus on A? Anybody disagree? I'm thinking about potentially dropping him to B, because he's still just kind of Juratotus. They did improve his moveset a little bit. He can be a little bit more aggressive. B? You guys still think B? Yeah, I'm a little bit indecisive, so I agree. Considering that I've been very, very demanding. The problem is I feel like he's above these ones. You know? I feel like Juratotus is definitely a cut above these guys, but not enough to get him into A. Tell you guys what, we'll put him here in front. So he's like leading the pack of the bees. He's leading the bee pack. If we're gonna do it like that, I should go, yeah, like this. It would be like this. B has an actual like order. B tier is gonna be very important, so we're putting an order in B tier as well. So yeah, he's like B plus. He's very, very, very good. I love the improvements that they've done on him, and I think it's definitely important to highlight that. Now, let's see. Tetranodon. Tetranodon is A. And this is my favorite monster, but he's only going to get A. The reason he only gets A is because he's weak. I mean, I love him, but he's weak. He's got a glass jaw, dude. Like, you slap him around twice, he'll barf all of his rocks, he'll break everything in his face. You can just destroy Tetranodon. Tetranodon's a punching bag, unfortunately. Like, I love him. I think he's amazing. A lot of the things that bring him all the way to A is his design, his moveset. He's a lot of fun to fight. But at the end of the day, he's not going to go to S because he's just not powerful enough. He's just not powerful enough. I wish he was more powerful. I hope that they do like an event where they superpower him or something. We've already had an event with him, but I just need him to be juicier, you know? I need him to be more powerful. I need him to be more satisfying. Tetranodon is A. Yeah. Now, you guys are going to hate this. You guys are going to hate our little Roly Boy. Roly Boy gets an A. I love Volvidon, dude. Volvidon. He puts the extender in evade extender in this game, dude. Dude, Volvidon is so cool. Exactly. That's the point, MHK. I mean, if you want to just be like, oh no, I want fights that are great to fight. It's like, well, okay, then I guess we would just put him in S. It's great to fight him, but he doesn't really fight back. The cool thing about Volvidon is that he fights back. He gives you a run for your money. He gives you a run for your money, dude. Volvidon is amazing. Not to mention, he's a monster that literally takes a dump on you. You know, we don't have Kongalala, so Volvidon takes the role of the poop monster and poops on you. Just straight up, like, here you go. Now you can't heal yourself. Volvidon doesn't fight back, he just stalls. Okay, go do the last arena quest. I think Volvidon on Arena Quest 6, I think he's the most dangerous monster in that quest. Dude, an Apex Volvidon would destroy everybody. If you would have an Apex Volvidon to Rampage, that'd be the first Rampage you would fail. The armor's pretty good for Swax, right? I think he's got some Rapid Morph stuff. I think his legs are really good. They have like Rapid Morph and Evade Extender or something like that. But I think the best armor for Switch Axe and whatnot is going to be Almudron. Laughing so hard when we were doing that quest. Yeah, me and Q are doing Arena Quest number 6. We kill Basil, no problem. We kill Basarios, no problem. We get the Volvidon, dude. And Volvidon just snipes me dead. And I was like, dude, what the hell? It's friggin' Volvidon, for crying out loud. What the hell are you talking about? Apex Volvidon would have a splitting wyvern shard. Dude, Volvidon is amazing, okay? I think Volvidon's outstanding. I almost want to put him in S, but I kind of want S to be monsters that are more powerful. Monsters that are really powerful, that are going to give you a run for your money. That's where I'm at with that. Okay, Bishaten. I'm leaning towards A or B. I could be persuaded either way, guys. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? A? Yeah, I'm thinking A as well. I'm thinking A as well. The biggest problem with Bishaten is that he's weak. The biggest asset that he's got is the creativity of the fight. I do think that we need to give it a lot of points for creativity due to the fact that Bishaten's got the whole mechanics where he throws the fruits at you, and that's really cool. His intro cinematic is also really cool. And just like the fact that if you knock him on his ass, he will drop the fruits and you can pick up the fruits and you can throw it at him. Like, I think that is really, really cool. Like, that does a lot for him. Again, I just wish he was more powerful. I just wish he was a step above. If he was a step above, he could be S tier. Like any of these monsters, maybe not Toby. Toby I don't think would be S tier even if he was more powerful, because Toby does not have that many problems in terms of power. But I think these three monsters, if they were a little bit more powerful, maybe not Volvidon either. Volvidon, I think, is fine in A. I don't think he would go to S even if he was more powerful. But these two, if they were more powerful, I'd put them in S. If there was a reason to do their fights more often, I'd put them in S. Hands down. Hands down. Now we're starting to get to interesting spots. Very, very, very interesting spots. So, we're gonna save the apexes for last, coupled together with the bosses. So I guess what's fair is for us to do Ursuros next. Ursuros gets B. Ursuros is very good this time around. Ursuros is very good because they definitely scaled up his power. He feels more powerful. So, I'd put him at B. I could be persuaded to take him down to C, but it's like, if I take Ursuros down to C, I have to like take, I don't know. I have to like take a lot of people to C. I think Ursuros is very good this money. I think Ursuros is very good this game. Have you seen Pooh steal and eat your honey, giving you no? Yeah, he can also steal your honey, which is really cool. He steals your honey, and then he like sits down and starts eating it in front of you. Like that I think that is so cool. I don't know how many of you guys carry honey with you. I always carry honey, so whenever Ursuros actually manages to grab me, starts shaking you, steals your honey, and then just starts eating it in front of you. That is really cool. Survivor Ladborough Khan just watched 500 hours video. Love that as a lanceman. I agree with you on the lance. I wish I had the switch skill with the lance build of world. Yes. Yes. Very much so. Must have happened often since you always lack honey. Hey, I have like over 600 honey now, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. You are lying, sir. Okay. I think we're in agreement there. We'll keep him at B. Now let's see some of these other ones. Sorry, Rathian. You're going down to C. I feel like Rathian didn't get anything. Base Rathian got nothing. Zero. Nada. Like, Rathian is the same Rathian she's been for like the last... whatever. You know? Rathian got nothing in Rise. So I'm going to put her down to C. Like, I'm sorry. I love fighting her, though. I want you guys to understand, I love fighting Rathian. The thing is, I fought Rathian before. She brings nothing new to the table. So, yeah, Rathian just goes down to C. It's pretty much a no-brainer. Okay. Let's see. All of the monsters that we have here. I'm going to be picking up this guy. And I gotta be honest, I almost want to put him down to F. I almost want to put him down to F. I don't know if I want him down in F. But good God. Good God. Anja is great in Rise? How? Please explain. It's not, for me, it's not even about the hitboxes. I think he's a joke in Rise. I think this monster in Rise is a joke. I can abuse Anjanath in Rise so easily. I can just abuse him left, right. There's literally nothing Anjanath can do to me in Rise. It's not about nothing is new. He's way weaker in Rise than he was in Monster Hunter World. In Monster Hunter World, Anjanath could surprise you. Anjanath could surprise you in World and come out with a fireball out of nowhere, blast you with it right in the face. Anja could do so many cool things in World, and I feel like in Rise, he's just worthless. Like the first time I met him in Rise, he was worthless. There was really nothing that he did. The only time Anja is annoying is during a rampage, and that's because he's a gate crasher. All the gate crashers are annoying. That's the only time that Anja puts up a fight, because you're on a time limit and you have to kill him. It's not that Anja isn't a fun fight, it's just not a good fight. I don't think Anjanath is a fight at all. I don't even think he's a fight at all. Anja has Anja coiled. Okay, he gets D. There. His belt gets him up to D tier, but no higher than that. No higher than that. Like, I will give him D tier because he's got the best belt in the game. If he didn't have the best belt in the game, he would literally be worthless. His chest is also good. His chest is good if you're playing like something that needs focus. So his chest is also good. And his gloves are also good. Okay, never mind. He's got good gear. Okay, his gear puts him to D, but no higher. His gear takes him to D, but that's literally the only thing that he brings to the table is his gear. Like, I'm sorry. I really wish they did Anjanath better. Anjanath just gets trounced over by anything. Like, dual blades can stagger an Anjanath to death. Should not be the case. Anjanath should not be getting staggered to death by dual blades. Anjanath should be able to put up a fight, and he doesn't. He really doesn't. Anjanath doesn't put up a fight at all. I also like his weapons, this is true. But he's still D. He's still D, I'm sorry. He's still very much a D fight. If you're able to add any monster from World that didn't make it into Rise, who would you pick? I mean, I would say Basil Goose, but he's already here. My instant go-to answer would have been Basil Goose, but Basil Goose being here, I actually don't know. Potentially Nergigante? Potentially Nergigante, but I reserve the right to change that. I'm not thinking too much in terms of world monsters now. But yeah, Nergigante is like an easier... Oh no, Bombaro! Dude, Bombaro! Actually, no, give me Bombaro. I'll take Bombaro instead. Thank you, your save station. Bombaro. See, Bombaro is another one of those monsters that was amazing the first time you fought him, but, you know, you barely ever get to fight him later down the line, which is kind of like, you know, But then again, he still, like, invaded and threw stuff at you when you were fighting other monsters because Bombaro didn't give a crap. No, Bombaro is still S tier, dude. Bombaro is amazing. Yeah, I'll take Bombaro. I'll take Bombaro, thank you. If they were to do the Bombaro kind of like what they did to Tobi Kadachi, dude, Bombaro would 100% be S tier in this list. Bombaro would destroy him. Bombaro was amazing. Okay, the list is getting smaller, so let's see. Let's start by going for the lower rank of monsters. So I guess we'll go for Kezu next. Honestly, I don't have a strong opinion on Kezu. It could go A or B. I don't have too big of a strong opinion on Kezu this time around. Like, I think they improved him. I think he's fun. But I don't know. I'm kind of like indifferent to it. I think he's B. That's where I would go. S tier, he makes people rage quit. I still gotta watch that clip from Jesus's Toast. I can't believe he quit over Kezu, dude. The guy who runs like friggin' perfect Bloodborns and gets trounced by Kezu. I feel so bad. C? Oh, I see a lot of people actually wanting him to go down to C. Okay, that I can do C. I don't think Kezu is particularly special. I do think that if you put him down to C, he's like C+. He's the head of the C gang. He's like the best one in C tier if he goes to C. Although I'm still feeling very tempted to take him to B, but he's like the head of C tier. 100%. Not even kinky enough to get an R rating. I think we might actually start having to use the F tier because I'm seeing a lot of things getting concentrated, and I'm not particularly happy about it. So we're gonna actually adjust this, and all of you guys are coming down to F tier, and you guys are coming here, and I'll put him there, and I'll put you here, and Aknasom can move up, you move down. I think this is a better split. A couple of adjustments here, moving a little bit up and down and up and down. I think this makes more sense. I think this makes much more sense, and this way we're actually spreading things out evenly, and I get to really express how I feel about Anjanath. Anjanath gets right into the F tier. I guess I'll upgrade Anjanath to D tier because of his gear. At the bottom of D tier. There you go. It's just because I'm looking at this list, and on this list of monsters, I don't see anything that goes to F. I don't see anything on this list that goes to F now that I've played 500 hours. So we'll keep it like this for now. Now, let's see. Like I was saying, I was going for the lower tier monsters. So I guess we have to do Barroth next. Guess we gotta do Barroth. Boom! Challenge me on this! Anybody got a problem? Anybody got a problem with Barroth being A tier? Nah, dude. Barroth is amazing in this game. Barroth is amazing in this game, dude. Barroth starts going with his teacups. Like, dee! Boom! Starts slamming you down. Dude, he's amazing. He is amazing, dude. Tea kettle whistle, exactly, dude. Barroth gets A. 100%. Listen, you guys need to understand, Barroth needs to get A, even if just for the simple fact that he was the first monster to cart me. Barroth was the first monster to cart me. Because he just started chaining the teacup attacks and I didn't see that coming, it caught me completely off guard and he carted me and I was like, you bastard! Friggin' Barroth carted me, dude. I was so surprised when he carted me. Yeah, so I love Barroth in this game. This is one of the best. They didn't even change that much. They just changed kind of like his AI patterns. And that was enough to just like make him really, really good. All aboard the Barroth train. Yeah. Is Barroth in Rampage? I don't know. I actually don't remember if we see Barroth in Rampage. That's a good question. He's amazing. Yeah, Barroth is amazing. He gets A tier in Rise, 100%. Okay, I think next we're going to go for Basarios. I think Basarios is either B or C. I really like what they did with the monster, though, which makes me want to put him in B. I mean, I definitely like him more than Royal Ludroth. So it's like, if I'm putting him on C, then Royal Ludroth gets put down a peg as well. See? Why? Because, guys, see, the thing is, I think they did a really good job designing the monster. The problem is, he's not particularly challenging. So I love the fact that he lights up some of his parts now, and those become easier to hit. I think that's a really cool mechanic. I love the fact that a lot of the times that he tries to do his laser, he fizzles it, because he's kind of like... From my understanding, he's like a baby Gravios, basically. So he doesn't have like full control of his powers. So I think it's really cute that he fizzles his laser so often. He goes like, ah, ah, and nothing comes out. I think that's really cool. Basar is too much of an HP tank in Rampage? That's good. More tedious than difficult or fun? Some weapons feel awful to fight Basarios. Oh yeah, there is that. There's a lot of weapons that have issues with hitting him properly. Can't you, like, overcome that with elemental damage, though? Like, if you use maybe fire damage or something, doesn't that heat him up? I don't know the exact mechanics. These guys know me. I play Gunlance, like, not... What you guys tell me, oh, he's got a bad hit zone, and I'm just like, bad hit zones? Laughs in Gunlance. Bad hit zones. I don't know what you're talking about. My Wyvern Fire cuts through just fine. Barrel Bomb, whenever Basario sticks around to attack, it acts like Nibble Snarf when eating a bomb. Lance is literally unplayable? He feels the exact same as in previous games. What's the difference? I never fought Basarios too much in the old games. Did he also have the lighting up mechanic? I thought he didn't have the glowing mechanic in other games. Okay, so here's what we'll do. For Basarios, I'll put up a vote. I'll put up a poll. I'll put up a poll for Basarios because I can be persuaded. I can be persuaded. So in this case, I will put up a poll. And you guys will get to pick if he gets to be B or C. But I'm telling you right now, if you downgrade Basarios to C, Royal Ludroth goes with him. Those two go together. Because, like, I like him way better than Royal Ludroth. So, if Royal Ludroth goes down, if Basarios goes down, so does Royal Ludroth. So, you know, just letting guys know ahead of time. While we're waiting for the results on the poll, let me pull up another monster. We're going to do Barroth next. I didn't think Barroth was anything special this time around, personally. I'd be down to put him down to C. C or B. Don't really care either way. A? Really? I don't know. I feel like I didn't have nearly as much trouble on this one because of our added mobility. Like, our mobility just destroyed him, pretty much. So the result is C for Basarios. Okay, well, in that case, Basarios goes C, and he goes along with him. Which actually feels right. Now, in terms of Barroth, Barroth is cool. Of course he's cool. He's an ice monster. He's supposed to be cool. That's his job. His weapons are nice. They're not amazing. They're good. They're good. No, A, he isn't aggressive enough for me. I think C is a good spot. Low B, high C for me. I enjoy fighting Narga or Tigrex more for his class. Yeah, I agree. I think they're more interesting. He feels very weak. Barroth is around Lagombi tier. Yeah. I think C is good. I think C is good. In Iceborne, I had more troubles with him because I didn't have nearly as much mobility as I do in Rise on the Gunlance. But now that I have mobility on the Gunlance with Blast Dash, he's a joke. He's just straight up a joke. I'll just destroy him. Not even a problem. Yeah, he feels way weaker. Like, Barroth was something that I struggled with quite a bit in World. Like, if I go to fight a Barroth in World right now, way harder. If I go to fight him in Rise, it's a joke. So yeah, I think C is good for Barroth. Now, let's see what else we got here. We're getting to the tops. We're getting to the top boys. All of these are very strong, very good. Okay, so screw Almudron, right? Almudron gets right on down there because screw him and his garbage hitboxes. Am I right? Am I right, team? We good? We good here? Almudron F. Actually, if there was a category below F, actually, Almudron should just stay down here so that, like, we don't even need to put him in the actual thing. We can just keep him down here because it's like one tier below F. I'm actually joking. I'm joking. I don't mind him nearly as much as I minded him back when I fought him. I think I'll put him in B. And the reasoning is, here's the thing. I still very much like... I like his weapons. I think his weapons and his gear is some of the most creative stuff that we have in Monster Hunter Rise because it's super futuristic, super completely out of the blue. Like, nobody expected that. So that makes it really cool in terms of his equipment. I think his fight is interesting, but at the same time, I think his hitboxes are potentially the jankiest hitboxes in the entire game. And on top of it, I find his tail chop to be incredibly dissatisfying. I mean, dude's got a tail that's like mega long. A mega long tail. And what do you chop? You chop off like a little bitty piece of his tail. I'm like, no. What they should have done for Almudron is let me chop off a big slab of meat. Chop! Like, actually give him the chop in the tail. Actually chop that long ass tail. I don't want the tip, right? Just chop his long ass tail. Boom, done. And by the way, I no longer have any problems fighting him with Gunlance. Like, I just destroy him with Gunlance right now. It's easy. Yeah, his tail chop feels very unsatisfying. And his hitboxes are ridiculous. Like, his hitboxes are just, like, wonky as hell. So it's really weird. But I don't find him hard to fight anymore. Like, I can fight him just fine. It's not really a problem. So it's not like I'm downgrading him because he's frustrating the fight. It's just, I think the main reason he goes up to B is his design and his gear design, and not necessarily his fight. And that's pretty much it for me. I would almost downgrade him down to C. I would almost downgrade him down to C, to be honest. I know that for a lot of people he's going to be S tier, but his fight, in my opinion, is just not all there. But that, you know, that's my opinion. People have different opinions and whatnot. That's fine. Now, let's see what else we got here. Let's bring up Mizu. Mizu. Mizu, 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 Mizu. Mizu is A. Mizu is very good A. Mizu is like above Toby A. Really, really good. Really, really good. I think Mizu is very good. They did a really good job this time around. They changed some of his moves and whatnot, made the fight very interesting. Can still kind of like catch you off guard. Really, really love it. Really, really love it. He's like the highest of the A's by a long shot. Is S only reserved for Basil? Of course. Like, what do you think? What do you think? If you're going to put Almudron in B, Mizu is A. Yep, yep, yep. Not to mention that Mizu has the bubbly dance, which I think is really cool to have that particular skill set, and with resuscitate and whatnot. I think that's a really cool skill synergy. Like, he's very, very high A. He's almost S. Like, he's super high A. Mizu is super high A. Like, he's the best of the best when it comes to A tiers. By a long shot. Almost S tier. Now, Narga... I don't know, I guess B for Narga. It's like, Narga's cool and all, but he doesn't really do anything new. Yeah, I guess he's definitely higher than, like, Mudboy. Like, he's cool, he's Narga, but he's the Narga that we all know. He's just... I feel like Narga is just cool because he's Narga, right? Because Narga's always been a cool monster, so he's just cool to fight. He's a cool monster. He's cool all around, but he doesn't really get a whole lot much. He spins more now? Yeah, he does spin a little bit more now. And he's got the best weapons. He's got the best weapons. Yeah, him and friggin' Tigrex have the best weapons. So, you know. For sure. Okay. I think we're gonna go for Diablos next. I feel like Diablos is a bit of a pushover this game. It's not even that he's annoying, it's just that he's a pushover. I don't even know if I want him in D or C. I just feel like he's a complete pushover. Like, I'm thinking either C or D. Maybe C. He's not as bad as Angie. He's not as bad as Angie. But yeah, he's like super easy. D for Diablos? That's good. Diablos is B. I like him, but I think he's kind of a pushover. Yeah, he's too much. He's too much of a pushover. He is a complete pushover this game, unfortunately. Diablos, I was always scared of Diablos. This game, like, whatever. I don't even need lance. You guys remember that in World, I made a lance set just to fight Diablos? In this game, I'm just like, dude, I'll fight you with whatever. I think at one point, I was playing with Q and I fought him with a hunting horn. I don't even know how to play the hunting horn. And I beat the crap out of Diablos with a hunting horn. So for Rise, he's a complete pushover. Way too easy. They nerfed him down. They removed... They probably... You know what they did? You know how people take their dogs to, like, get fixed? That's what they did to Diablos in Rise. They fixed him. They fixed him. So they fixed Diablos, they chopped off his balls, and now he's just like... So, yeah. It is what it is. Urkan, what are your favorite nicknames for Monster? Mine is Dibbles for Diablos. I like Zinzin for Zinogre, but that's something that I say. I don't think a lot of people say that. I like Zinzin. Zinzin. Okay, let's see what else we got here. What shall I put on the list next? I think it's time for Tigrex. I don't think Tigrex is anything special this time around. It's like either B-, C+. He's like somewhere in between here. B tier? Same as Narga? Yeah, I guess. That's cool. Although yeah, same as Narga pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. My one friend says Zinzin because he can't pronounce his actual name. Zinogre's not that hard to pronounce. Okay. Speaking of Zinogre, easy. I don't think we need to talk about that. It's just it is what it is. I mean, while we're talking about Zinogre, might as well just get that out of the way, am I right? Like, is anybody going to challenge me on that? I don't think anybody's going to challenge me on that. Get that Zinogre up there. Boom! Zinogre is easy S tier. Easy S tier. I'm not joking, by the way. That's staying there. Zinogre is easy S tier. His visuals are amazing. The new moves are amazing. He's more aggressive. He can beat you up harder than he did in World. Like, I pretty much mastered Zinogre in World. Was not a problem at all. And in Rise, he gave me a run for my money a couple of times, which I think is really cool. So, Zinogre is fantastic. And his theme as well. Very, very good. And he actually has good weapons. Like, if you're playing with a little bit of Elemental, his weapons are really, really good. His weapons are very, very, very good. And during 1.0, a lot of his armor pieces were meta as well. Yeah, so Zinogre, definitely up there. Definitely up there. Okay, things are getting a little bit harder. I'm gonna grab Rathalos. I don't know. Does this get him to does this new move get him to A? I feel like he's more, no, he's got the other fireball attack as well. Yeah, I think he's A. I think he's A. Yeah. He's high A. So like, I'd actually put him like here. He's high A. He's very good. He is very, very good. But I still wouldn't give him the S. Rathalos is very good. He's much more challenging. He stays in the air more often without necessarily being annoying and just flying all the time. So I think they've done a good job, because what I feel like they've done now is Rathalos, despite spending more time in the air than you would expect, at the same time, he doesn't stay there for very long. So he goes to the air, does his attacks, comes back down. Goes to the air, does his attacks, comes back down. And I think that is really, really good for the pacing of the fight. And he can still be challenging because of his, like, friggin' aimbot fireball. The one where he starts flying sideways, and you're just like, the hell's he doing? Then suddenly fireball directly to the face. Boom, done. So I think he's really, really good. I think they've done a fantastic job with him in Rise. For sure. For sure. Man, we're getting to the hard ones. We're getting to the hard ones. So, Rachna Kadaki. Considering the monsters that we have in A, I think we have to give it A. The problem is that Rachna Kadaki is too easy. Yeah, that's the thing. I think it actually goes down to B because of how easy it is. Like, I love Rachna Kadaki. I think Rachna Kadaki is a very fun monster, but he's too easy. It's just way too easy. It's design that gets him up where it is, and some of its moves are interesting, but overall, Rachna Kadaki is a joke. Like, I can beat Rachna Kadaki up without carding with literally any weapon. Even weapons that I've never played before, I could probably beat Rachna Kadaki without carding. It's just that easy. You guys want to know which monster I used to practice Greatsword? Because I suck at Greatsword. It was Rachna Kadaki. And it didn't give me any problems whatsoever. You just beat the crap out of it. And the other thing about Rachna is that it's got really crappy hit zones. So it's like it's easy, but it's almost like death by 1,000 cuts. Because you don't even deal that much damage to it on account of his piss poor hit zones. So it's like Rachna Kadaki. Again, I think Nursilla is a million times better than Rachna Kadaki. Nursilla is way cooler than Rachna Kadaki. I would have preferred Nursilla over what we got. I would have preferred Nursilla. Nursilla was way cooler. I mean, Nursilla web slings herself like friggin' Spider-Man, dude. Nursilla's amazing. Nursilla would have been an easy S tier in Rise. I hope they bring Nursilla, but I'm not holding my breath. Bonus points for giving Rachna a Carapacian move. Bonus points for the creativity with Rachna. Rachna is a very creative monster, but at the same time, it's too easy. It's not nearly challenging enough. Okay. Now, looking at this list, I think that the next ones that we'll do will probably be this boy, this boy, this boy, and then we're looking at like him. We'll save the apexes for last. Okay, Gosarag, I think it's S. I think Gosarag is really well done. It's a very interesting fight with very interesting mechanics, and every now and then he can still surprise you, beat the crap out of you. I think Gosarag is just like really, really cool. Gos is really, really cool, and it's still a very fun fight. He's got the threatening walk, yeah, he slams you down, throws you into the dirt. Hurts like a truck if he touches you, yeah. Gos is very, very well made. I think he's very, very good. Rajang. Rajang is a joke. He's a joke in Rise. I almost want to put him down to C. You guys want to know the reason why he's in B? He's in B because when you ride him, you just destroy everything. If you don't ride him, he's a joke. He's a joke. He's the best ride, but other than that, he brings nothing else to the table. Back heavy attack is perfectly balanced. I don't know what you're talking about. He just feels weak. He feels very, very weak. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not even sure I'd put him above Narga. Maybe, yeah, I guess so. I guess he could be there. I don't know. I don't think he's... He feels weak, dude. Yeah, like there. About there is where I'd put him. Feels very weak. You can just smash him down, no problem. Not even remotely challenging. Compared to like GU or World, friggin' hell. Like, just look at the Psycho Eyes he's got on GU. That was a real Rajang. This is like Rajang's brother. He's not actually Rajang. He's Rajang's brother who started drinking like soy macchiato or some stuff that he does. So he's got a little bit too much soy in him. So yeah. Again, they did the same thing that they did to Diablos. They fixed him. They fixed him like you go to the vet to like fix a dog, and we got this Rajang. He's pretty weak. He's very much a weak boy. Sorry, feels bad. Now, Magnamalo, S tier. Magnamalo, I think, is an easy S tier. Really, really creative monster. I love the mechanic behind his Hellfire Bombs. You know, the debuff he puts on you and whatnot. So, like, Magnamalo is amazing. I love his moves. I love whenever you see, like, a turf war with him, and he's just, like, up in the air, like... Like, he's still challenging for me. Like, I can still get carded by Magnamalo, even after fighting him as many times as I did. So, I really love what they did with Magnamalo. Magnamalo is amazing. Magnamalo is very, very good. Only monster that can counter wire mobility. I think there's a couple of more, but I think he's an easy S. I think he's an easy S. Basil is the best. He's just the best. If you disagree, you're wrong. This is not up for debate. Basil is the best one. You know, it is what it is. If you don't agree, then that's too bad. You're going to have to just live with that. Basil is the best. So, you know, it is what it is. This one's not up for debate. Yep. Pretty much. Let's see. Chameleos. I'll put Chameleos on A. It's like I want to put him on B because he's too easy. But at the same time, he's a really fun fight. And he's got a really cool theme. But I don't know. I think he's A. I think he's A. Actually... I'm going to downgrade him to B, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to downgrade him to B for one reason. He's an amazing monster, But they changed him. They changed one thing about him that I hate. They changed one thing about him that I really, really hate. And that's the reason why he goes down to B. He can even be top B, that's fine. But he goes down to B. The stealing. The stealing of the items. I think that was a terrible move by Capcom. Removing the fact that he can steal the items. Terrible. Oh, right. His gun lance is level 3 shelling. Screw him. F tier. His gun lance has 3 shelling. It's like long shelling level 3. No, that's it. That's it, dude. Long shelling level 3. F tier you go. That's what you get. I forgot. Thank you guys for reminding me. I forgot about his gun. His gun lance is so bad. I forgot it existed. And the design of his gun lance? What a joke. What a joke, dude. You guys know what his shield is? His shield is a goddamn perfume. It's a bottle of perfume. I am not joking. I am not joking, dude. His shield is a bottom of perfume. I'd have to like load up my game. Let me see if I can find it. Chameleos Gunlance Rise. Let me see if anybody's got like a picture of it. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Give me a second. I'm opening up the image. Open image, new tab. Put that here. Like, look at this. Look at this. It's a little bottle of perfume. And this is another bottle of perfume. Like, what the hell is this? Like, someone please explain. Like, seriously, what in the hell is this? Who designed this? I mean, come on, man. Actually, Basil's gun lance is pretty good, Dylan. It's not painfully average, as you say. It's actually pretty good. Basil's gun lance. This is terrible. This is terrible. You see it as a genie lamp? Look, it even has the spray thing on top. This is the thing that you press down to spray the perfume. This is so... Oh, the Chameleos. That's what they should have called the gun lance. Oh, the Chameleos is so goddamn bad. No, in all seriousness, fine. He gets to be B. Actually, maybe C. No, okay, B. If we're being serious, it is B. Like, yes, I'm mad about the gun lance, but I'm not going to fault him for it because other weapons are really good. Like the Chameleos longsword, for instance, it's friggin' top tier. It's one of the best longswords in the game. Actually, that's another reason to put him back down to F now that I think about it. Yeah. Yep, bottom of F tier. Actually, no, we should actually put him all the way down here. Have a special tier just for him. It's like literally every time I think about Chameleos things, I just want to put him down to F. Put him down in the dirt. No, in all seriousness now, for real. He's going to be B, and the main reason why I downgrade him to B, because I still think he's a fun fight. He's got interesting mechanics, but I think he should steal items. And the fact that Capcom removed that makes me really sad. It makes me very sad that Capcom removed his ability to steal items. I mean, it was one of the most iconic things that he did was that he would steal your stuff. Him and Gipsros and whatnot. And I think it really sucks that they're removing that from the game. Because, like, sure, does it suck when a monster steals stuff from you? Yeah, it does. But it's cool. It's a cool mechanic. It's something interesting. It's something unique. And he doesn't do it anymore. So, yeah. Maybe they save stealing items for G rank. Not an excuse. Not a valid excuse. I mean, friggin' Gipsros would steal stuff from you in low rank. Gipsros would steal stuff off you in low rank. So, he gets a B. I don't like the fact that he steals Spirit Bird buffs. I don't think Spirit Bird buffs are valuable enough to, you know, to do that stuff. So, yeah. Mailing steals your stuff now. Yeah. Like, I was really looking forward to him, like, stealing someone's power charm. Even if it was mine. If it was mine, I would be even more happier. Like, if he had stolen a power charm or a power talent from me, I would put him in S. But due to the fact that he can't even steal a goddamn potion, he goes down to B. It is what it is. If he could steal wire bugs, it'd be interesting as well. If he could, like, just trigger the cooldown on your wire bug. like give you a 1 minute cooldown on one of your wire bugs or something, that would be cool as well. That would maybe get him to A. But the fact that he doesn't steal items, like, it's too much. It was too much for me. Now, Kushala goes to A tier. I almost want to put him in S, just to reinforce that I love the fact that they changed the way that his tornadoes worked. I think he's a really cool fight. I think he's a really cool fight now. Very, very satisfying fight. Great improvement from Kushala in Monster Hunter World. But still, A tier, I think is about right. Yeah, Kush's fight is way better in Rise. Way better. This is one of the best iterations of Kush, I think. It might be the best iteration of Kush. So, yeah, he gets A tier. Yeah, I don't even mind him being like top A tier. Yeah, that's cool. Top A tier, that's fine. Teostra. Man, I'm a little bit indecisive on Teostra. I'm gonna be real, I'm a little bit indecisive on Teostra. I really like Teostra. The problem is I think he's still too easy. He's still too easy. Teostra S? I see a lot of S's. Why S? Why S though? I'm curious. Why would you put Teostra in S tier? Give me a reason. Actually, you know what? You know what? Hear me out, guys. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay? He doesn't have a gun lance. The King of Blast does not have a gun lance. Now, in all honesty, I think he's A tier, but I'm curious to hear why you guys would say that he's S tier. New visuals, new speed. He's the most threatening of the elders. Yes, he's the most threatening of the elders. Okay, I can see it. He's the most threatening of the elders. His effects are really cool. He's a huge improvement over previous Teostras. The biggest problem is that he's weak. I feel like he's weak. But he's still stronger than Gos, so... Yeah. Yeah, I think S tier is fine. I think S tier is fine, yeah. You guys have a point. You guys have a point. He does get the S tier. Ibushi. B for fun. B for fun, maybe. C. F tier for Rampage only. Ibushi better than Narwa? In all honesty, here's what we're going to do. We have to judge him based on the fight that we have available. So even though I suspect that we'll get like a solo Ibushi later down the line, I have to judge Ibushi currently on the fight that he's available on. And on the fight that he's available on is the Rampage. And I think that's a C tier. I think that's a C tier. In the Rampage. Like, he's a cool fight, but he's weak. Like, we can make him maybe top of C, but I think he's C tier. I like fighting Ibushi, don't get me wrong. I love fighting Ibushi. Me and Q fight Ibushi all the time, but we don't really fight him for the challenge. We fight Ibushi because it's just fun to beat on him, to wail on him until he dies. You know, it's just like, we just go in there and we just beat on it until it explodes. It's like a loot piñata. Ibushi is basically a loot piñata right now. There are some monsters that we can only judge from what we fought of them so far. So that's going to be kind of sad for, like, for instance, Apex Rathalos and Apex Diablos. They're going to get a little bit shafted in this tier list, but we'll update the list, you know, later down the line after 3.0's been out for a while. I'll probably do this again and we'll review some of these monsters. But For now, these two are getting shafted. I know they're getting shafted because I'm pretty sure that their actual Apex encounters, once we get those, are going to be much more fun than they are right now. But, you know, it is what it is. So right now, I guess we do Narwa since we just did Ibushi. And Narwa for me is an easy S. Easy S, even above him. And I think that it's probably something like this. Yeah, this is probably the order that I would put it in for S. Or do you guys not like Narwa? Narwa is an S spectacle, but B fighted most. Why? I think Narwa is extremely well done. It is a very fun fight. Narwa is a really fun fight. I think Narwa's fight is amazing. Narwa's theme is amazing as well. I think Narwa is easy S. Yeah, I don't... B+? I'm surprised that some of you guys actually don't dig Narwa. Not everyone can fly. Tarn Schnitzel, I wasn't using the aerial gun lance the first times I fought Narwa. The way that I was fighting her was actually extremely frustrating for gun lance because of the problem that whenever you sheathe your gun lance, you lose the ground splitter buff. So as a gun lance user, Narwa, if you're playing with ground splitter, is actually extremely frustrating because you never have the buff. So, you know, even as someone that fight is extremely frustrating for, I still think the fight is amazing. I think that might be what happened, Shao. I think the problem is that people optimize their charms, and by doing that, they burned out on Narwa. But that's not on Narwa. That's on people, you know, running that monster into the ground. I would put it high A. No, I think it's S. I think S is fair. Narwa is the reason JP Gunlance players got kicked out of so many lobbies. Really? People are so toxic. What the hell, dude? Why would you kick out a Gunlance player from a Narwa fight? Please. But yeah, I think a lot of people are burned out on Narwa. Okay, so Rathalos, and remember, this is only based on his rampage. Based on his rampage, I think Rathalos is a B. I think Rathalos is definitely harder. Apex Rathalos is definitely harder than Ibushi because he will blow everything up. You'll just like destroy everything. But, yeah. I think he's B. For the Ukraine A. Yeah, Apex Rathalos is death from above. Yeah. I agree. I think he's a lot of fun. I think he does a lot of big explosions, destroys everything. And he can actually get a little bit challenging. Like, I can see some people actually failing his rampage if they're not careful. So, I can see that. On the other hand, Diablos is a weakling. Diablos is a bit of a weakling. So I guess he goes like here, below Ibushi. Like, Apex Diablos is a joke. Apex Diablos Rampage is a joke. Like, he's a fun monster and all, but he doesn't do anything. He just gets destroyed. So, you know, it is what it is. Alrighty. Apex Ursuros. Easy money. Dude, he is so good. He is so good, dude. He's amazing. He's amazing, dude. He destroys. Apex Ursuros destroys. Apex Ursuros completely destroys. Apex Mizu, also easy S. Easy S. Apex Mizu is easy S. Hellfire Bubbles? Friggin' Hellfire Bubbles, dude? Are you kidding me? Yeah, he actually goes above a lot of these. I think Apex Mizu... Maybe not above Maggie, but definitely above Zinzin. Apex Mizu is amazing. Huge tail slap, yeah. Hellfire bubbles, tail slap. His moves actually hurt a lot. He hurts a lot. Now, on the other hand, Apex Rathian, I'm thinking A. Yeah, I think she's A. I'm not sure about high A. Maybe above Rathalos, but below Mizu. Maybe above Mizu. I don't know. Somewhere around here. Above or below Mizu. Apex Rathian is way better than regular Rathian. But not on the same level as like Ursuros and Mizu. A with her spinning combo. Yeah, she does a lot of spins. She does a lot of spins. I think this is our list. I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty good about it. So if you think about it, there's actually quite a few monsters that are S tier. I never really thought too hard about this. There's actually quite a few S tiers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 monsters that we consider S tier and 9 monsters that we consider A tier. That is very good.